Hello, my friends. Today I'd like to talk about Minecraft. I do hope to add some Minecraft content to this channel, and it may seem a little silly to spend some time talking about what Minecraft is or why you might play, because, after all, the game came out in 2011. It's been downloaded over 100 million times, and most people have seen it. But there are people who haven't. Folks like my mother, maybe your grandmother, some aunts and uncles. There may be a lot of people who haven't actually played this game and have just sort of been oblivious to the Minecraft phenomenon. Usually we all find that we're oblivious to some phenomenon or another. Something will come along and someone will finally mention it. We'll be like, what are you talking about? And they'll be like, you haven't heard about this? So I thought it would be okay to do a sort of little introductory video to what Minecraft is and why you would play it. Then I'll probably show you a Minecraft world I did a long time ago, just to give you a taste of some of the stuff that I've done. And I hope to start a survival series on this channel, so we'll move to that. That's the big question. Why would you play? Clearly, if you've ever looked online at some of the work people have done, you've seen that it's quite an investment of time. It's obvious when you look at some of the stuff people have built in Minecraft that they've spent hours, days, months even in this game building. And it's not always obvious why. Why would you do all that? What's the point? And that's part of the beauty of Minecraft. Minecraft is what we call a sandbox game. What is a sandbox game? Well, first of all, think of a game like chess. Chess has a very clear set of objectives. There's a very clear set of rules. How do you know when you're done playing chess? That's a pretty obvious question to answer if you know anything about chess. When you put the other guy in checkmate, or if he puts your king in checkmate, or if somebody concedes, the game is over. And until that happens, the game is not over, and there's a very limited set of things you can do. And within that limited set of rules, obviously, there's a million different things that can happen. But chess has a clear direction and a clear objective. What about a sandbox game? Well, a sandbox game doesn't have a clear objective. It doesn't have a set of rules. It's over whenever you feel like you're done for the day. That may sound a little strange, but if you've never played a sandbox game, think about when you were a kid and you actually played in a real sandbox, right? You went into the sandbox, maybe you had your radio playing some music, you got your pail, you got your shovel, your ball or whatever, you're making sandcastles, you're playing with your toy cars, digging, doing whatever, right? So, let me ask you, how did you know when you were done? What were the rules? What were the objectives? Well, you didn't have any, really, any rules or any objectives. You just sort of did whatever you wanted to, and you were done when you were done. That's what a sandbox game is like. And Minecraft is basically a giant sandbox. Your sandbox is a whole world. If you see all this terrain around me, we call these features biomes. Like that over there, that's a desert. That over there, there's some forest and plains. Over there, there's a river, and over there, there's another forest and some more plains. And in this world, if you have an objective, that objective is up to you. Minecraft can be played in many different ways. One of the most common ways is survival Minecraft. Now, survival Minecraft does have one overarching objective, and that is to survive. You have to survive in this world. In survival Minecraft, you'll have to fight off hostile creatures. You'll have to gather food and supplies, build a shelter, basic things to live in this world. But within that set of rules, or set of overarching objectives, you can do whatever you want. Some people will play survival Minecraft, but they'll play a variety called peaceful, where you set the world into peaceful mode. In peaceful mode, you don't have to worry about hostile creatures. You don't have to worry about gathering food, and you can sort of just focus on exploring the world, mining up materials, crafting tools, building houses. But you still have to gather all the resources by hand. Then there's creative mode. In creative mode, you don't have to gather any resources or eat any food or fight any creatures. You just basically have all of the available blocks in the game to build whatever you want. There simply is no resource gathering involved. Why would you do that? Well, hey, again, think about when you were a kid and you played with Legos. What was the best way to play with Legos? You get a big box with 50,000 Legos in it, and you just take whatever you want out of the box and build whatever you want. So you can put Minecraft into creative mode and play in that way if you'd like. The people who do this are often able to build structures that would be, formidably hard to build in survival Minecraft, because in creative mode you can just fly around and put things anywhere and have access to whatever you want. When you're playing survival Minecraft, you have to use certain tools to get by. And in order to make these tools, you have to find the resources to make them and then craft them. Finding the resources, which we call mining, and crafting, that's where the name of the game comes from, Minecraft. In order to craft, you would use something like this. This is called a crafting table. And if I access the crafting table, you see I have this 3x3 area where I can put resources in a recipe. And once I put them in there, I can pull an item out here that's crafted from that recipe. These decorated walls here show the examples of certain recipes and the things you can get out of your crafting table. Like if you had 3 pieces of iron or 3 pieces of stone or something like that and 2 sticks arranged like this in the crafting table, you would get a pickaxe, which you could use to mine rock. Here's how you get a shovel, which you can use to mine dirt and sand. Here's how you would get an axe, which you could use to cut wood. Here's how you could generate a sword, useful for fighting monsters. Here's how you make a bow, useful for fighting monsters at a distance. Here's how you make a fishing rod. Yes, you can fish in this game. That's one way to survive. If you're starving but you have a fishing rod, all you have to do is find a body of water, have a little patience, and you can fish for fish. Here's how you make a hoe. A hoe is something you would use to till the soil so that you can plant seeds and grow food. And then finally, here's how you would make something called a furnace. A furnace is basically an oven. To make an oven, you have to have rock. You see, you take 8 pieces of rock like this. It's called cobblestone. You arrange it like that in the crafting table, and out pops a furnace, which you can then use to cook the fish you caught earlier. To get the rock, of course, you would have to use a pick. Furnace looks like this. Here's a furnace over here. And like a crafting table, a furnace has some slots where you put things in and a slot where you take things out. Furnace is a little simpler. It has this box here for putting in fuel, and this box here for putting in whatever it is you want to cook, and then the furnace will work over time and generate the output in this box, which you can then take out of the furnace. This set here, this series of walls here shows some recipes for things you can cook in your furnace. You can put broken up cobblestone in, coal as fuel, and get smooth stone out. You can put iron ore in that you've mined out of the ground, coal in as fuel, and get iron ingots out. You can put sand in, coal as fuel, and get glass out. There are a lot of other things that you can cook and a lot of other things that you can craft in this game. So you can spend a lot of time here doing a lot of fun stuff. But there's one other element to Minecraft. You don't have to play alone. Hi, Lady Lavender. You can play multiplayer. Oh, is that flower for me? Hello. Oh, thank you. Looks lovely. Nice to see you, Lady Lavender. You can play with friends in Minecraft. You can play by yourself, or you can go online and play with hundreds or, hundreds of other people at one time. But again, what you do in this world is entirely up to you. And in this world, you have access to all different kinds of things, and you can set up all sorts of objectives for yourself. Like, for example, If you're interested in combat, you can deck yourself out in the best gear and go off and fight all the various monsters in the world. Or maybe you can travel to another dimension, defeat a dragon, gather treasures from that place and bring them back. Or if combat's not your thing, you could become a farmer. You could grow all kinds of produce, cook all kinds of foods. Maybe your kick is mining for valuables. You want to go digging up diamonds and emeralds and gold and so forth. Or you could be an equestrian. You can find horses in this world and tame them and raise them. Try to get the best horse, the one that can jump the highest or run the fastest or is the strongest. Deck them out in horse armor, lead them around with rope, leads, and put saddles on them for riding. Or you could be a gardener if you want. You could grow all the different kinds of plants in the world, arrange them around a house in a beautiful pattern, whatever you want to do. Traveling across the world to find the various flowers can be quite a challenge. Some of them only grow in certain places. You can make textiles. They're called banners, with colored dyes that you derive from flowers and cotton. Wool. You can make big signs that have letters on them or flags of your favorite countries or whatever you want. You could be an orchard farmer. You could collect trees, grow them in rows, and harvest the wood, and build things out of all the different kinds of wood that are available in the game. You can be a collector. There's all kinds of things in this world you can collect. Here, for example, are a set of record albums, and there's a jukebox. You can go across the world and find all the different record albums. You can raise sheep. You can raise sheep and dye their wool all different colors. This sort of stuff is the stuff you would use to make those banners down there. Or you can explore the oceans. You can visit undersea temples. You can fish for treasures. You can take a boat, go out boating, find squid and collect ink from them. There's a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't have to be done on land in this game. Or if you're really technical and you like, computational challenges, Minecraft includes a system called Redstone, which basically allows you to build machines, circuits that can actually do computation like counting, adding, logical instructions. And with these circuits you can build systems to organize your goods or create big doors that open automatically for you, or elevators, or all kinds of strange things. If that's your kick. If you're not interested in that, you don't have to learn anything about it. You can build railway systems. You can use these as roller coasters, as ways to travel from place to place without having to walk. You can even use them in your mines when you're digging. You can set up railways and put mine carts on them so that you can ship goods back home without having to carry them yourself. There are all kinds of treasures across the world that you can find. You can explore abandoned mine shafts and fight off spiders. You can find libraries containing books. You can make an enchantment table and put magical enchantments on your gear. It's hard to say that there's a limit. There's just so much in this game. I'm not even scratching the surface of all the different items that you can find. Everything you see here either has some particular use or is a kind of building material that you can make things out of. And there's just way more than this. The only limit to this game is your imagination. As you travel across the world, you're likely to come across a lot of different kinds of creatures. I've gathered together the friendly ones here. Here's a sheep. This is a guy you would raise for mutton. You can breed sheep. You can shear them for wool. A rabbit also can be raised. You can breed rabbits. You can harvest them for rabbit hide and rabbit meat. Chickens, obviously. Eggs. You can harvest feathers and chicken meat from them. Here's a wolf. This is a semi-friendly creature. If you are kind to him, if you give him bones, he will eventually become domesticated and he becomes a dog. If you hit him, he'll definitely come after you. These wolves don't mess around. And if you hit one wolf, the whole pack will come after you. So be careful around wolves. Here's a cow. Cows can be milked. They can be slaughtered for leather or beef, or you can just have one pet cow. You don't have to slaughter them if you don't want to. Here's a donkey. This is a beast of burden. You can ride him around if you have a saddle. You can put well, the equivalent of saddlebags on him and have him, carry your pack for you. Just recently added to the game is this fella. This is a llama. There are many varieties across the world, usually found in high mountainous areas. They can also be used as pack animals, although you can't ride them. However, if you do have colored colored wool, you can put blankets across the top of them that make them look quite beautiful in all different colors. This is a wild cat from the jungle. It's called an ocelot. If you have raw fish, you can feed the ocelot and tame it, and it will become a domesticated cat. Here's a pig. He likes carrots. He makes pork chops. Here's a polar bear. This is another one of those semi-friendly creatures. One polar bear by himself, you're probably okay. If you see any cubs around, stay away from the polar bear. The polar bear will attack you to defend its cubs. Fortunately, you're not going to see polar bears too often. You have to go to icy biomes, places where the ground is frozen and covered with snow. Here's a horse. There are wild horses across Minecraft. This one is white, but there are all kinds of varieties. There are horses that look like Appaloosa and your basic paint, all different kinds of horses. And this bizarre creature is called a mushroom. In Minecraft, there is one special kind of biome. It usually appears on islands, usually very far away, where the whole island is covered with giant mushrooms. No trees, no grass, just mushrooms. And on these biomes, the mushrooms live, and they're basically cows that have got fungus growing all over them. When you milk a normal cow, you get milk. When you milk a mushroom, you get mushroom stew, and that is some very tasty stuff. Another interesting thing you'll encounter in Minecraft is villagers. There are little people who live in this game who aren't other players. Here's a little house. And living in this house are some villagers. Let's go say hi. Here we go. We have this one in green, who is called a nitwit. He's a nitwit because you can't talk to him or trade with him. And this one looks like a blacksmith or a weaponsmith to me. Let's try talking to him. Okay, and we can trade with him. What he's basically telling us here is that if we give him 18 coal, he'll give us an emerald. Or if we give him 7 emeralds, he'll give us an iron axe. And the more you trade with villagers, the better your relationship becomes with them, and you'll be able to trade them for more and more goods. Some villagers, the trades are not very good. Some villagers, the trades are excellent. You just sort of have to find a village and see what you can get. Villagers will also farm. You can see down there there's a little wheat patch, carrot patch, there's some potatoes in there, there's some beets in there, or I think they're called beetroots. When you go to villages, you can often find crops, and you can take some of the crops. Take all the crops if you want. The villagers will maintain the crops, but if you want to take some home and grow them in your own house, villages are a great place to find them. So that's at a very surface level the basics of this game. There's a lot more to do and see. There is no limit to it except your imagination, whatever you're prepared to come up with, whatever objectives you're willing to set for yourself in your sandbox. And the other nice thing about the game is it's continually updated. You buy it once. I bought Minecraft years ago, like, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago, and that's it. I paid one time. And every 3 to 6 months or so, a new version of the game comes out, and new content is added. New kinds of items, new kinds of biomes, new kinds of creatures. There's always something new in Minecraft. And even when I get tired of it, I find it's a game I always come back to. This is not a game that you play through once. It has one story, and then you're done. You can always come back to this game, and come back with an entirely new objective, and do something different. I'm just going to switch over to creative mode so I can fly here. And I'm going to set the time to 0. I want it to stay daylight here. There we go. Sometimes, when I play Minecraft, I create a world and then I just fly through it like this. I don't even build anything. I just fly through it for a while and then I throw it away. It's kind of relaxing. As you travel, you'll see all different kinds of biomes pop up. Usually some really beautiful landscapes. There's some wild sheep down there. And it is like a screensaver. It's really that beautiful. The game has some nice music in it, which I've switched off so that it wouldn't distract us from the video. There's just a lot to see. It's very relaxing sometimes to just get into Minecraft and do your thing. Spend a little time exploring the world. This is a swamp. There's some more desert there. But as you explore, you're sure to find things that make you, that sometimes will take your breath away. Look at this. Look at this mountain. The mountains. It's so beautiful. Wow. See, I see something like this and I start thinking it would be so cool to build some houses there. Maybe some village settlements right in that cliff wall, some abandoned settlements or something. Or in this cave. There's lava and water here. That's cool. Wow. Yeah, I really love this game. There is so much to see and do here. It's never the same twice. Okay, so let me close by just showing you one world that I created a long time ago. A really long time ago. This is a world that I made, oh boy, before there were horses in Minecraft, before there were baby zombies, a very long time ago. But every now and then I come back to it. I haven't built in this particular world in a long time, but I come back just because I like what I did here. It's not really a spectacular build, but the thing I like about this world is it has a story. And that's something else you can do. You can use Minecraft as a vehicle for creating stories. When I started this world, I spawned here in this sort of little box valley, and it occurred to me that this would be a place where gypsies would stop. A band of traveling merchants would stop. So that's what I wanted to create. I wanted to create covered wagons. That's what these are supposed to be. These are supposed to suggest wooden wheels. And I used, dyed wool to make the tops of the wagons. So you have a caravan, basically, of covered wagons. This is the villager's central fire pit. This villager is talking to this giant iron golem. Hello, Mr. Iron Golem. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with you. Originally, there were no villagers here. I had to bring some here. So I built this beautiful little village. It's not a village. This beautiful little caravan. It's not much to it, but I liked the idea of it. So I started thinking about these people. Excuse me. And I started imagining to myself, well, they're gypsies. They should travel. Where are they traveling and why? Well, usually bands of travelers like these have places they return to. They have like a circuit that they take. So they come back to a place every year or every couple years. And so I felt that these gypsies should be the remnants of an ancient people that once lived in this land. And they return every year or every couple of years to one of their ancient places of worship. And so after I built the caravan, I just struck off in a direction and started making a road till I found a location where I felt this would be a spot for, their location of worship, their sacred historical site. And I just kept going along here until I found something I liked. But I also felt that there should be another band of people here. It shouldn't just be the traveling gypsies. So I felt that right near their sacred historical site, a new village should have sprung up. So this is the place where the gypsies come to trade. This is called the village of Avenna, which is where the world gets its name. And here's the big entrance arch that takes you into Avenna. There we go. And Avenna is another village, so I populated it with villagers. I built all these little houses. It's not a spectacular world, but what I liked about it was it had a story. The various houses had a purpose. This was the blacksmith. This is the house that I lived in when I worked in this village. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is a bathhouse. This is where the community bathing center, where people can come in the wintertime and bathe. This is the garden shop. I just arranged all the various plants and things in here. Excuse me, put them in chests to, sort of imagine that they would be for sale here, and then I stuck one of the villagers in here, so he's the shopkeeper. There's this little cash register. This is the counter you come to buy stuff. Let me see what else we got here. This is the enchanting room. It's kind of like a town hall. I felt that this would kind of be like a meeting hall. And on the second floor, I put in an enchanting room with books and a special enchanting table where you can put magical enchantments on your gear. Oof. Excuse me, Mr. Villager. And there's a pen for livestock, a cocoa bean farm, a temple. These villagers have their own religion, of course. They're not of the same group of people as the gypsies. So this is where they worship. And it's your pretty standard, basic kind of Gothic church. Big arch ceiling, pews, large windows, altar. That is a priest, actually. That's a cleric. And here would be the rectory, the graveyard. No names on these graves. I don't know why I didn't do that. Anything out here? Yes, this part of the rectory just has a little pond, some lily pads. I put vines growing on the side of the church. Down here are the catacombs. I decided the village should have been here for a very long time. So underneath the church are these ancient catacombs that contain twisty passages going on in different directions, containing these. These are supposed to be coffins. This is just a chest, but by putting it in these holes, I felt it kind of looked like a coffin, so that's how I got the catacomb look. Just go up here, get out of the rectory. Geez, I gotta put real stairs there. Alright, well, it's nighttime now, and since it's nighttime, all the villagers will be inside to avoid the hostiles. Except for this derp. The door's right next to you, buddy. So like I said, I had a sort of a story for this village. I had a plan. I had an idea for what each building was for. What the villagers did for a living. These would be the farmers here. And then just beyond the village would be the sacred historical site that the gypsies would visit. And when I built this, I was thinking of Stonehenge. So I wanted it to be a crumbling ruin. So there are these big stone triptychs and these pillars with these weird glowing stones. And if you walk around here, you find sort of rubble where stuff has fallen down. And chickens. And this would be the place, ultimately, that the gypsies would be trying to get to. So they would come here once a year or once every 5 years or something and trade with the villagers and then visit their sacred historical site of worship. Some sort of a stone calendar kind of thing. This is just one example of something you could do with Minecraft. You don't have to do... You know what this is? This is the smokehouse. The idea here is you would store meat here around this fire pit. The smoke goes out that hole in the roof, and the meat would get... You could close that over, and the meat would get impregnated with smoke. So you could create smoked beef and stuff like that. This is just one thing you could do. You don't have to make a story. You don't have to make a village. You don't have to mess with villagers at all if you're not interested. You could do something entirely different. I've built castles, fairy villages, giant mushrooms, all kinds of strange things. Whatever it is that you feel like doing. You can come to Minecraft and have nothing in mind at all and just build whatever. Really, the sky's the limit. Literally, 256 blocks straight up. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little video where I talked about Minecraft and why I like to play. In future videos, I won't be talking about what Minecraft is or anything like that. I would like to start a survival series where I start a new world, a single-player world, and I just start getting by there. And I'd like to share that with you if you think you'd be interested. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little video, and I hope you'll be back for more. Take care now. Bye-bye.